What's up guys, this is Coach Donnie from Elevate Yourself, which is a volleyball coaching and jump training YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about what makes Saeid Marouf from the Iranian national team one of the best setters in the world. There are 3 reasons why Marouf is such an effective setter. The first reason is that he keeps his hitters in rhythm, which means his hitters are consistently approaching the ball at their maximum velocity, no matter where he is setting from or who he is setting. Great setters know how to accelerate their hitters, and this is exactly what Marouf does. One thing you'll learn about great hitters is that their spiking approaches progress from slow to fast, and the faster a setter can make his hitters move during their last 2 steps of their approach, the higher they will jump and the harder they will hit. Even though his hitters are different heights and jumping abilities, they can all approach the ball at their maximum velocity without pausing or hesitating, and put their entire body into the attack. Even when the pass is beyond the 3-meter line, he keeps his hitters in rhythm. The second reason is the location of his sets is in the optimal hitting window for his hitters. A hitting window is a general area in front of the hitting shoulder that allows the hitter to swing powerfully and with range, meaning they can change direction. So he's not forcing his hitters to spike in a particular direction. The ball sits in the hitting window long enough so his hitters have time to comfortably make a decision. The third reason is his deceptive ability. I call him Marouf the Magician because he is incredibly deceptive. Many players confuse being deceptive with being unpredictable. This is the exact opposite for elite setters like Marouf, where he is being very calculated and strategic, which makes him deceptive. It is difficult to know who he is going to set and when he is going to attack because of how disciplined his technique and vision are. First, let's talk about technique. Notice that he starts every set the exact same way, regardless of his setting decision, by positioning his feet directly under the ball, maintaining an upright and neutral posture, and keeping his hands above his head. Most setters tend to lean one way or the other, making it easier for the opponent to read where they are going to set. Marouf, on the other hand, holds that neutral setting position until the very last second and then makes a decision, whether it's to set the opposite direction of where the blockers are going or dumping the ball over the net. Next, we'll talk about vision. He often waits to see where the blocker is going or what the defense is doing before making his decision, which requires an incredible amount of patience and discipline. Marouf has got to be one of the most frustrating players to compete against because he beats you not by overpowering you, but by outsmarting you. Now that we understand why Saeid Marouf is so good, let's actually analyze what that looks like in game. It's a good soft block from Iran, good foot positioning again, and he runs a quick set to the outside, and a beautiful back set there all the way against the flow. Let's break that down. See how he runs forward, positions his feet directly under the ball. He's also not facing where he's setting, so the blockers don't know who he's going to set because he could easily set quick to number 7, the outside hitter. And then he quickly flips his wrist behind his back, making the Japanese blockers late and giving a very weak block from the Japanese team where the opposite can easily terminate. Another beautiful one-hand set from Marouf. So what's great about this, you see how it's a tight pass and he can't get his feet all the way under the ball, otherwise he'll get into the net. So instead he uses all his arm power, and the way you one-hand set is you create a very stiff and firm hand. And you see how he kind of pokes at it, but he's actually still setting with the flat part of his fingers, not necessarily the fingertips here. And he has such strong and stiff fingers that he's still able to get good height off of a one-handed set. Great finish. Another one-handed great set to their opposite, and they just have a great connection there. You see how in the slow motion the middle blocker from Argentina is late because he has to stick with number 6. And a lot of times when setters set with one hand, they're usually going to set the middle, but he's able to have so much control with just one hand that he's able to make it look like he's going to set the middle and then turns his hand and quickly does a one-handed back set, making number 11 late to the block, giving fewer blockers for the opposite hitter to hit against. Another tight pass, and again Marouf gets an amazing one-handed set, and it's even faster than the other one. That was a hard one to be able to do a falling quick set to the middle. Here we see that the ball is off the net, and Marouf does a good job releasing to the net as if he's anticipating a perfect pass, but it's not a perfect pass. So then he releases off the net, still getting his feet directly under the ball, and that's really where your power comes from. Still able to get two hands on the ball, and even though he cannot see where he's setting, aggressive setters always find ways to get their hands on the ball because that's when they have the most control, and puts it perfectly for the middle there to put the ball away easily. And look at that love given from the middle there. Perfect pass. And you see how Marouf does take a look there. First, let's look at this great high pass from the Iranian libero. And you see how as the ball is hanging in the air, Marouf doesn't just stare at the ball the whole time. He actually takes a look at the timing of his middles, how ready his middles are, and he also takes a quick peek at the Cuban block. So he looks at the middle, back at the ball, and he sees that there's only one blocker up against the Cuban blockers, and he is able to put the ball away with authority. That is amazing fast back quick set there. And that's almost as fast as the middles to the outside. Another deceptive play. That's why we call Marouf the magician here. So that's great dig from Taipei. Overpass, perfectly handled by the Iranian libero. And you see how Marouf jumps as if he's going to attack by doing a double back arm swing in his approach, facing the net as if he's going to hit, but instead he puts both arms up and he draws the outside hitter block against Taipei, leaving no blocker up on the left side for the opposite to put the ball away easily. That's why we call him the magician. So deceptive. Little pass off to the left. Good cover from the libero there. Taipei keeping up with some defense. Another good dig. And another draw fake against Taipei. So that's great dig from Taipei. Another great free ball pass, and Marouf goes in again, facing the net with both arms, drawing two blockers up because he has one hand up. They don't know if he's going to dump it over, and instead Marouf points his fingers up and quickly taps it back to his middle blocker for an easy put away against no blockers up. Tight pass, Marouf gets two hands on it, and just another easy put away, putting it in the hitter's box here. So here we saw this earlier where if it's a tight pass, a lot of setters make the mistake of setting along the net, but the tighter the pass is, the more off you have to set the net to still keep the ball in the same area that your hitters are used to. So here he sets it back at the hitter so that the hitter can comfortably stay off the net and not get blocked. And that's just a beautiful combination with the back one to a red or a right side quick. So here Marouf probably called a play to number 9, who is the middle from Iran. He's going to run a back one, and then right over the top of the back one, he's going to set the opposite. So the whole point of this combination is he's using the middle to draw the middle of the Argentinian team and possibly the outside hitter for the Argentinian team. So he's trying to bait both of them to jump with number 9. And because Marouf is setting such a fast offense, the quick set to the right side looks almost the same as a quick set to the middle. So let's look here. Same tempo, missing the middle, popcorn machine right over the top, quick set to the right side to number 20. And again, Marouf doing a great job keeping the sets off the net, giving his middles space to hit. Here we see Marouf using the middle to draw the middle and then running a bic right on top. So this is just a classic bic combination. We have number 6, Saeid, running a quick in front of Marouf to draw the Cuban middle blocker. And then same thing as the play we saw before, he's setting almost the same tempo right over the middle to overload the blocking zone so that as the Cuban middle blocker is jumping with number 6, the outside hitter from the back row can hit right over the Cuban middle as he's coming on the way down. So let's look at this perfectly executed combination. So we see number 6 drawing the Cuban middle, and then right over the top we have Gafour hitting that middle back quick. Good short pass from the Iranian middle. And that tempo, we talked about how Saeid's able to keep his hitters in rhythm even though the pass is off the net. So here we see the ball is passed short off the net, and even though Marouf is on the 3-meter line, he's jumping at the ball, still trying to get his hands on the ball. And we have a quick set to the right side. And even though the pass is off the net, he keeps his hitters in that rhythm to jump full speed, making the Cuban blockers late. So look at this space here. You see how Marouf is directly under the ball, and the Cuban blockers are not sure where Marouf is going to set because Marouf does such a great job keeping his torso upright, not giving his set away with his lower back. As a result, making the middle a little late, creating a nice seam in between the blockers there. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed my analysis of Saeid Marouf and understand a little bit more about why he's such a great setter. Let me know in the comments below why you think Marouf is such a great setter, and let me know who you would like me to analyze next.